A special Tuesday edition of For the Fan is here, and we are live right now. My camera's a little messed up, but it's okay. I am Will. We got Dom to my right. We got Colton underneath there, and Jake, who's, I don't know, 1,000 miles away on some island where the weather is warm and the beer is cold. That's where he is right now.
I gotta think it's more of a margarita time for Will. I mean, not Will, for Jake right now than it is a beer time where he's at. But yeah, no, he's having a great time, soaking up probably whiter than a lot of people on that island at the moment, but not in a couple days.
The sand there is probably as pale as him.
Yeah, no, he's very. I saw a video of him from afar that his girlfriend sent, and he even was like, "Man, I am pale," and when he's gonna come back a lot less pale, I'm sure. But yeah,
Only for the New Jersey weather to just let it all go to waste.
Yeah. And we're doing Tuesday today because me and Will are going on a vacation starting tomorrow that we leave for very early in the morning. So that is why we are here Tuesday. So Jake's vacation overlapping with our vacation, and that's just kind of where we're at. But our vacation is very football related. So, very applicable for the show.
Yes.
And next week we'll have highlights. I'll put a highlight thing together of our trip and we can show it.
I'm going to rate the stadium because we'll be driving into the stadium. I rated on 4 different bases, okay? I rated on getting to the stadium, okay, the atmosphere of the stadium, a hot dog and a beer, because obviously, what better way of judging food by that, and then leaving the stadium. Where the Eagles entering and leaving were both a 1 because it was that bad.
It was tough. That was a tough time.
MetLife as well, yeah, that's pretty up there.
Yeah. But Commanders for us was a phenomenal time in and out. We got in and out of that place in no time.
8 minutes from the seats to the car and then to the highway.
I mean, it's a fact.
Historic pace. But yeah, week 14 came and went. The playoffs are starting for people in fantasy football, and the playoff race is heating up. I mean, we had a lot of upsets this week. Sorry, Colton.
Weird week.
It's been an awful fantasy season. Absolutely awful.
Damn. Weird week.
It can't be as bad as mine. I've went through like 9 quarterbacks.
Dude, I'm in a lot of leagues, and I got to tell you, so I'm in 3 or 4 I'm in 3 by myself. I made it in 1, and the other 2 I split. I made splitting with someone. I made it. And the one's like a $25 buy-in. So I am not too pleased. It's been an awful fantasy season. Awful.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll probably end up breaking down some of these fantasy things because there's a lot of injuries that have fantasy implications on them. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Tuesday edition of For the Fan.
You are listening to For the Fan.
And as we said 30 seconds ago, injuries galore. I mean, I'm going to start out with this, then we'll loop back into the injury roundup. But another quarterback down, Justin Herbert, on a pass in the second quarter against the Broncos. He appeared to have hit his finger on one of the Broncos players, either their shoulder pad helmet, just in a weird direction. Broken index finger on the throwing hand. His season is over. But will Brandon Staley be saved because of this type of injury? Is going to be yet to be seen.
No, we're not. No, I'm not even going to give you the time of day. I'm just not moving the time of day for this nonsense. No, he's not saved. He's already gone. He should already be looking for DC jobs and shouldn't even worry about coaching the rest of the season. That's just what he should be doing. He should stop doing everything else and just worry about looking for a DC job because he's done as a head coach. It was an awful time as a Charger. And, yeah, this is it. Heidi ho. Good luck to you, Brandon Staley.
Good luck to everyone else. But, yeah, very tough break for Herbert, as you know. If Jake was here, he'd be very, very, very vocal about why Brandon Staley is the biggest POS in the league, and he's just wasting away Herbert's career.
Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on it. Colton said everything that needed to be said. Boom. I mean, straight up.
Easton Stick it will be starting for the Colts on Thursday Night Football in Las Vegas as the Chargers and the
Well, you're off and running to it. Start. You're already in LA time zone. It is not the Colts. Steelers play the Colts on Sunday. So
Chargers and the Raiders.
There
Yeah.
you go. It ain't no kind of fire game. I'm so glad I work Friday morning so I can be driving in and not have to worry about watching this game. So, yeah, LA Chargers and the Vegas Raiders. Awful game. By the way, like, if you're going to keep putting shit product on a Thursday Night Football, like, I get you're going to get the views anyway. Stop doing it. The players are going to bitch, and you're not putting any good products on the field. I think we've had one good Thursday night game all season. Seriously, like matchup-wise, one good game.
2 weeks ago.
I know the Steelers-Titans game that I went to was good competition-wise, but like it's awful to watch. Like it's awful. These teams suck. What are we doing? Like I get they don't care because like we're still gonna watch. Like the game that we just had last week Thursday wasn't an awful matchup. It wasn't horrendous. Oh, Steelers Patriots. What the hell am I talking about? Like I guarantee they still had 4 million people watching that garbage.
Oh, at least like 7 million. I mean, football's football.
That's what I'm just like, it's awful product. It is awful product.
Listen, if you give the teams
people bitch. I mean,
give the teams a bye week in between. Like, listen, they play on a Sunday, give them a bye week, then they play on the Thursday.
No, I mean we've had teams play back.
I mean, look at what we did. The Cowboys and the Seahawks both had 7 days to prepare, and I mean, man. I wanted to watch that whole game.
It was a good game, but I mean, like for every what, like 12 awful ones. Like the Thursday night schedule is absolutely brutal. Like put good product on the field.
And that's the thing. It's gotten to the point where the Thursday night product is notorious now over the last few seasons for being literally borderline unwatchable. Last season we had like what? It was like 6 quarters without a single score across Thursday night football like weeks, and it's just like. Or like it was like maybe 3 weeks without a touchdown period or something like that. That was last season. This season has been no better on Thursday night football. Thursday night football product is now known as just borderline unwatchable unless it's like your team, and that's it. And it kind of, I mean, that's not a good state of the Thursday night football product. But I don't know. That's an Amazon thing.
I think it's all about bidding and all that stuff. Which companies want which product. And I mean, hey, listen, Chargers Raiders is always a great product, but this late into the season, I mean, you deal with those risks.
Yeah.
Let's circle back here. So the NFL has their winter league meetings in Texas this week, and they're going to be discussing a whole bunch of topics and all that stuff. And I know last night we saw the Tyreek Hill tackle, which horse collar, hip tackle, took him out of the game for well over half the game due to an ankle sprain, but he ended up coming back somehow and playing through it. I don't know if the NFL is going to be banning these hip tackles or anything like that, but I know it was a topic last offseason. It's going to be a topic this offseason. The tush push is another discussion because, it has to be. And then also, for one of the CBS reporters too, CBS Insider, I saw his tweet come up on my feed. They said that Brazil is going to be the place where we see another international game for 2024. And then Judy Batista from NFL Network also said we could see probably upwards of like 8 or 9 different international games starting in 2025. The league product, I mean, they're trying to become one of the biggest leagues in the world. I mean, soccer or football, however you want to go about it. I mean, that's always going to be your number one source for, entertainment-wise, sports value.
Yeah, it's cool. It is cool. I don't know how I feel about Brazil.
It was that or Spain. And Roger Goodell was talking about that last month.
It's probably going to go to Spain. That's what I heard.
Imagine them playing in Barcelona Stadium.
It's probably where they're going. I see them going to Brazil. I see them going to Spain. Like the market's definitely here for Spain. That's what I would assume. But Mr. Worldwide is
Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 305.
They're trying to get this thing as big as they possibly can.
Profits are booming. But yeah, like
Yeah,
hip
they're not
tackle.
dumb. As much as it's awful. Like again, you owed my rent. I don't know what 6 weeks ago when the Dolphins and Chiefs played in Germany, and I went bonkers on it that game should be here. You can literally send garbage there. Actually, my cousin from Germany actually went to the Patriots Colts game out there. You can send garbage out there. People are going to buy tickets. So we don't need to send our best product out there, to be honest. So they'll still enjoy it either way and buy tickets for the games. So I don't understand sending good teams over there. That should be product that's on our fields.
And sacrificing home games that matter for good teams.
That's right. I mean, it ended up working out. Kansas City won anyway, so it didn't matter. But
fans.
Oh, I know. Trust me. I hear you. It's kind of silly sending teams over there. Especially good teams.
Yeah.
Like what they should be doing, trying to grow the sport, is do what they've done to Jacksonville. Their fan base blows in Jacksonville. So let's send them across the pond. Let's keep sending them to London. They're going to get a fan base over there because they're there all the time. So people are, my team's coming over. I'm going to spend the money. Do it with teams that don't have a big following. Don't do it with teams that don't
Commanders.
don't do it with teams that don't have a big fan base. Like start getting them to get into it because they'll travel over. They will. Like I saw with Everton last summer when I went to Baltimore, there are people coming over for a preseason game, and they're coming over to the United States and they're here to see the team. Like if you send the consistent same teams over there, they'll come over every once in a while and go to their home stadium and watch regular season football.
What do you think?
Watch the Commanders and come over and watch them. Like,
what do you think about throwing? Because then you might think like, okay, those fans want to see Mahomes. I mean, he's awesome, right? So, what do you think about putting some preseason action at those places?
Well, they used to do it in like
These guys
Japan, Australia.
These guys probably don't play preseason games, sadly. So,
yeah.
I mean, they'll still buy tickets to the games, but they don't watch.
Like Japan, like I think Tokyo definitely had one in like 2003. Like it was forever ago, but they used to do it. NFL Germany, there, Australia probably.
All-star action? I mean, I don't know because that's we've been sketchy with the whole Pro Bowl stuff, but
just scrap the Pro Bowl in general. To be honest,
I like what they have right now.
Last year was good. Last year was an exceptional upgrade. So, but. We'll see.
I've still never watched a Pro Bowl. I'll spend Sunday.
I enjoyed the Sunday Pro Bowl games. I didn't watch the Thursday one where they were in
Thursday
whatever.
was cool. Thursday was.
I like the golfing thing. The golfing thing was actually funny. Like it's entertaining to see these guys play other sports.
And you know what? I think it's important for the players. They should be having fun at these times. And this time, more than a lot of years recently, they seemed like they had a lot of fun. Now, also it was in Vegas, so. I mean, they might be having fun for a lot of reasons, but they seemed more engaged. They seemed more fun. They seemed like they were having more fun with each other, just in general. So, I mean, not a bad product. The Pro Bowl this past season, and we don't really have to get into it too crazy right now, but good product. Let's continue. Good product.
And they can expand what they've done too. Like I feel like they didn't expand it enough to where hey, they can include all these new things and all that stuff.
Are we in Vegas this year too? Yeah, right?
They're in Orlando because the Super Bowl is in Vegas this year.
Okay, not bad. Orlando's cool.
The Disney Marathon featuring the offensive lineman. Here we go. Booking it right now. Got to do it.
That's true.
Let's go through the injury update. A couple of significant ones today. We heard the Justin Herbert news, which is very unfortunate. Devin Duvernay, the Baltimore Ravens. I'm just on a Colts grind today. The Ravens, wide receiver, kick returner, back injury. He's placed on IR. Not surgery related, but they are going to expect him to be back for the playoffs. Tyreek Hill is day-to-day with an ankle injury. I think you saw the news that probably came through, Dom. That's probably why you're like,
yeah, I'm going to wait. I'll wait.
Okay. Jonathan Taylor, I'm not sure if he's questionable this week, but that's still an injury to watch out for. Nico Collins hurt his calf on the MetLife turf. What else is new? Another injury on the MetLife turf. It's questionable because calves are a pretty tricky injury. Not too sure if he's going to be playing this week. CJ Stroud, on the other hand, hit his head, concussion protocol. That was a pretty nasty fall that he had. Hopefully he can get back onto the field this week. Aaron Jones didn't play, whole MetLife turf thing. Should be back for week 50 from the MCL. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And also standout 4th round pick, Jedrick Wills from oh no, not standout. No, he's the 2019, 2020? Yeah, 2020 first round pick. Was he the one that got hurt? I think I'm getting bamboozled here. I really think I am.
From the Browns. You were correct.
I know there was the 4th round pick that they had this year. I think he's
They're
out.
both done. They're both done for the season. Like the Browns have their 4th round pick out of Ohio State. He's done for the season, and then
DeJuan Jones and then Jedrick Wills.
That's right.
Jack Conklin.
Both in the same week, yes. And Jack Conklin's been done for the season since week 3 or 4, some shit like that.
Yeah, blew out his ACL. Talking about ACLs, the Dolphins center, he tore his ACL last night against the Tennessee Titans. The Dolphins are now just kind of really down thin on offensive linemen, considering Teron Armstead has not been playing. And also TJ Watt, concussion protocol, Alex Highsmith, neck injury. Is he in concussion protocol too?
Yeah, he's in concussion protocol. Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, depends the pain tolerance this week. He came in and, took a shot right to the side. It didn't look that bad at first, but turned out to be a lot worse than what it was.
A little way to be back. That was
went to the hospital, had precautionary test just for, just in case purposes. He flew back with the team, actually was back at the stadium by the time the end of the game happened. He didn't really miss much happening in the game, but, that was that. Isaiah Pacheco, 2 shoulder injury. Josh Jacobs, Alexander Madison, ankle injuries. Dalton Kincaid's also, dealing with an issue. Josh Palmer elevated off of IR. Geno Smith with a groin injury. He suffered in practice on Thursday. We saw Drew Lock. Those are going to be some stuff to watch out moving forward. And I so messed this up. I did this again.
Just want to say, current news.
Yeah. You give us the news. I'm going to pull up the next thing.
Yep, something that literally just happened while we was talking. Melvin Ingram has been signed to the Dolphins. Colton, I know you know a thing or two about him, right? Wasn't he just on the Steelers?
Yeah, he was on the Steelers not too long ago, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'm not going to lie to you. I think Melvin Ingram was also with the Dolphins after the Steelers, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not going to lie. He's a good player.
Not what he was once.
He ain't as good as he once was. But we'll see how good he is. We'll see. They need it after Jalen Phillips. I got to tell you, and if my fiance's family is listening, not going to be a fan of my next comment. Bradley Chubb is so overrated.
Yeah?
When they traded for him,
he was good because he had Von Miller to the other side. Obviously, Von Miller's going to attract all that.
Yeah, it's still not even that. He's getting paid so much money, and I don't think it was remotely close to footing the bill that he is being paid. The missed sack yesterday, and he cost him the game, with that missed sack, because that would have been, I think, a long field goal attempt. Instead, I think they got a first down on it. And then later on, no. It would have been 4th down, and he slams his helmet, gives him 15 yards, and they end up punching it in the end zone with Derrick Henry later in that drive, and end up losing the game by what? 1 point?
Mm-hmm.
Again, you take the touchdown to win the game. So Bradley Chubb, great job for your team, buddy.
I mean, the offense is just as at fault as him while losing that game, But I will say, Colton, I have the same opinion as you. But the last 2 weeks or last couple weeks, I feel like when I've watched the Dolphins, I feel like he's kind of been all over the place. Not in a bad way, all over the place. I'm constantly seeing him pressure, constantly seeing him in plays. I actually took note of that mentally. I was like, okay, you know what? The Bradley Chubb thing might be working out a little bit for the Dolphins, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I definitely don't.
I think he's only got 6.5 sacks. It's not like he's got bums next to him. Christian Wilkins on the side, and he's had Jalen Phillips on the other side. 6.5 sacks. Dude, Kayvon Thibodeaux has really with him in New York, and he's got 12 sacks. That's kind of what my point. He's making a nice chunk of change and has 6.5 sacks. It's inexcusable. I don't know. It's just
I don't think he's playing bad, but he's definitely not playing his money, and that's what you brought up, and that's a fact.
it sucks. Like if he's making that money, you're saying he's doing good. But the problem is there's a higher standard when you're making. I think he's making like $16 million. Might even be more than that. Like
Yeah, he's like $100 million deal. Like
he might be making more than that. Like it's not acceptable. You got to be another level. Like 6.5 sacks for the contract he's making. He's playing. And I checked. I'm like, has he missed a game? No, he's played a single game. Like no.
Yeah.
He should be up at least 10 sacks making that much money. Like, and then you cost your team with 15 yards yesterday. Like that. Come on, dude.
Can't be doing it.
Like it's so hard to walk 2 more feet to the sideline and slam your helmet and say, do it on the field. As soon as he did, I'm like, this idiot just got flagged. Guaranteed he just got flagged.
Yeah.
And let me pull this up right here. Let's look at this. It's correct. It's correct. The playoff picture for after week 14.
Just put it down. Just put it down. Put it down.
Nothing has changed per se. I mean, well, the significant one, but let's go through it here. Baltimore at 1, Dolphins are at 2, Chiefs 3, Jaguars 4, followed by the Browns, the Steelers, and the Colts at 5 through 7. The Niners take over the 1 seed in the NFC, followed by Dallas, Detroit, Tampa Bay, and then the Philadelphia, Minnesota, and Green Bay round out the wild card spots.
Can I just say something? Can I start?
I got nothing else.
So this AFC side, this past week, to me, all the topmost teams, to me, have been completely humanized. Like to me, like completely. Like Baltimore did not like what they were doing that much for like a majority of the game. They didn't look that good. Miami lost a game they shouldn't have lost. Did not look good. And when down the stretch, Tua couldn't get it done. They just couldn't get it done in that spot. Shouldn't happen. Kansas City, man. Kansas City, I mean, that's a mess. The Jags. Why can't I think of the Jags game? The Jags
The Jags lost.
That's Ravens. Jags Browns.
The Joe Flacco breakout game.
Joe Flacco looked like 2014 Joe Flacco or whatever. It went off.
No. He showed up like the elite playoff Super Bowl Joe Flacco.
Fact. I mean, all the top teams on the AFC side did not look that good at all this week. And didn't perform as they probably should and as their record and position shows. So the AFC side, man, to me, very even, top to bottom. Like Indianapolis has played strong, could beat any team on this AFC on a given Sunday, I feel like at this point. Maybe not Baltimore as much. Baltimore is that strongest team, I think, and I'll be willing to admit that. But still, man, Baltimore still went down to the wire. And, you know, if Rams tight end doesn't just drop an open ball for a first down, they might not win that game in overtime. So it's tough, man. The AFC side completely top to bottom is as even as it gets, I think. NFC side, I mean, that's a different story. Dallas, obviously, you know, huge win. San Fran's a juggernaut still, and they're just ridiculous. But yeah, I don't, you know, there's a big gap, I think, on the NFC side from top to bottom. AFC side, though, I feel like is this week been interesting. I'll stop. I'll leave it to you guys for the rest of the conversation here.
I don't know. There's 6 teams who are 6-7 in the NFC side, including the Buccaneers, who took over the Falcons. Colton's, you know, just thankful for another day that, you know, he doesn't have to hear another 20-minute Falcons rant. Man, I don't know. I'm more interested to see the 1 seed, the 2 seed, and the 5 seed for the NFC side. I'm more excited to see what goes down there.
Yes, sir.
And I'm also excited to see. I want to see, you know, can the Browns close out now that all these injuries are gonna be amounting? They're gonna be piling up. Can the Steelers get something going with Mitch Trubisky while Kenny Pickett, you know, on the sideline?
I don't even want to talk about it.
That's a tough one.
They have no business being in the playoffs. No business. The fact that they're there is laughable.
They
will not be there. If they lose Sunday, it is Heidi Ho.
You mean they lose Saturday to the Colts, who are at 7?
They play Saturday. That's right.
Damn, you get disappointed a day earlier, Colton. I'm sorry.
I honestly just don't even get me going. I've gone on way too many rants this past week over the Steelers. I'm honestly I was on air nationally on CBS Sports Radio Sunday, and I was producing for Jacob Albright from Wichita, Kansas. And end of the show goes, all right, I know we've kind of teased around about Tomlin. You can have your few minutes of ranting here. And I just held my hand over the dump button to make sure I didn't curse because I'm so pissed off about Tomlin, and the Tomlin people have driven me up a wall. There's no excuse for it. Mm-hmm. No, it's fire. 2-win teams come in your building back weeks, and you lose. And the AFC's wide open. It's fireable. It's 2,000% fireable. Anyone wants to fight me on Tomlin, you're picking up the wrong fight. It's asinine. It's absolutely asinine. Losing back-to-back games at home to the Patriots team that has 21 points the last 3 weeks combined. Yet you.
I said too. I said watch.
13 points, Colton. 13. No wait. Yeah, 13.
They put up 7 against the Giants. I forget who they put up before that, and then they put up a goose egg against the Chargers.
Yeah, 13. 6, 7, and 0. 13. So, yeah.
It's fireable. It's
yeah.
fireable. They come and put 21 in the first half.
I mean, I did call it. I said, watch Zeke go off for another 190 yards total. I mean, he did essentially. He had a game and a half.
Oh,
Colton, I hated it as much as you did. So
the Tomlin people drinking the Kool-Aid have driven me up a wall. I can tell you, I've lost my absolute marbles. So I'm going to continue that. We do a whole NFL show, not a Steelers show. So I'm going to leave it at that because I will. Again, we want to keep this show kind of shorter. These guys getting out to LA. Because I could literally go on a 20-minute rant myself and just F-bomb, and then you're just going to need the beep, 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 beep button because it's going to be awful. So next time, boys.
I'll give Dom his floor here because Colton had his floor, and Dom has been very vocal about this thing. It's been blowing up my phone for the last 2 days. I am so over. I listen to my AirPods and all it says Dom texted blah blah blah. I'm like, I told Siri. I told Siri.
Hold on, wait a minute. Put the comment up, Will. Your mother from way downtown. I love it. Diner Steak, LA. I love it. Hey, Diner Steaks. I love it.
Donna, I will not allow this. I will not go to a. There's no diner. Diners don't really. It's not a thing as much as it is New Jersey.
There's no diners in LA.
There's diners.
Now that you said that, you have to go to a diner and get steak. Now that you just said that asinine comment, you have to go to Diner Steak.
You didn't want to curse. I'm gonna say fuck no to that.
Hey, yo.
That's how hardcore. We're not going to a diner.
Thank you, Miss. I appreciate the comment. Diner Steaks. That's
okay. So Dom's been blowing up my phone. I'm gonna give him 3 minutes. Okay, he can have whatever thing he wants because all I get is Siri's. Oh, Dom texted this. Dom texted that. I told Siri to fucking shut the fuck up, and I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay. What is an offensive offsides? Dom, I will let you have the floor because he's been very adamant and very vocal since Sunday night. The last 48 hours. He has not said anything else besides that.
Okay, one, we're a little bit unhinged today, I guess. All of us, all three of us. Two, okay. All right. I've gone in a bunch of different directions in the past 48 hours about this because I had an opinion and then I had to change my opinion when I learned new information. I've learned a lot of information about this. All right. I've done a lot of research about this as the time has gone since the Chiefs offsides game. All right. Now, here we are. Kadarius Toney, no one's arguing he's offsides. Everyone knows he's offsides. No chief is even arguing he's offsides because everyone knows he's offsides. Not an issue there. All right. That's not the controversy. The controversy is this is something that has historically not been called, but the rule has not changed. So what's no rule has changed about this offensive offsides thing. All right. Receivers come in, check with refs. Happens, apparently, I've learned, very common. You know, we actually dealt with this, I think, last year with Terry McLaurin by the end zone. That happened, right?
Yeah, I still don't understand how that was offsides at all.
Nope. Yep. This kind of started last year-ish. Okay. Now, there has been 2 years ago, one call for this finally after 60 years or whatever of this not being called. Okay. So that was the standard that was set, is it's not called. You get a warning. A ref may be like, hey, don't line up as far, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then it was called once in 21, called twice last year, I believe, in 22. Then this year, 11 times it's been called. All right. 8 of those 11 times have been on tush pushes. And we've talked about this, and we know by now that there have been times on those tush pushes that they've gotten that call incorrectly because they think it's not the center's hand that's forward, but it is the center's hand. So, all right, we're going to talk about receivers because screw the O lineman part. This has been called 3 times with receivers this year. That's it. All right. So the controversy is all about, boom, great picture, Will. Thank you. And I'll get to that in a second. So we could put that away for a sec. So the thing with receivers is it's not called. So you see Mahomes getting irate, right? Now, granted, maybe a little bit immature. It's been talked about, whatever. Okay. He said what he said. Andy Reid, I watched interview the next day. Andy Reid said he had no clue they were cracking down on this. So if they're cracking down on this, the league and the refs should probably tell the teams like, hey, listen, there's a little bit of focus this year. Make sure, coach your guys, make sure they're, doing the right thing, whatever. Because Andy Reid also says that he tells his receivers that it's like, that it's part of their coaching to say, hey, make sure you're checking with the ref about where you're lined up and stuff if you're on the line. Andy Reid said that. So this is a common thing that happens. All right. Kadarius Toney didn't check in. Andy Reid admitted that as well. And that was part of the issue. All right. But this isn't called. So people are coming at Mahomes. People are coming at Andy Reid for getting pissed. They're pissed because this is not something that's been called. The standard is this isn't called. You check in with the refs, whatever. They give little warnings, stuff like that. Okay. And this ruined such a great moment for the Chiefs. Now, granted, you could go both ways and say the Chiefs have stolen some games this season. Absolutely. Don't disagree with that. Just saying, though, that a little bit justified that they're pissed because this is a very controversial topic at the moment. Okay. Now, Will, if you want to throw that back up. There's Kadarius Toney on that line, right? We have more of the sideline view, clearly offsides. Jalen Waddle, I've seen it from the sideline view. Also, almost just as offsides as Toney. Was not called, is called for Toney. The thing is it's all about, to me, the inconsistency of the reffing and where the league is standing on this. I mean, man.
You're getting this upset over this? Really?
No, I'm just talking about it. I'm just talking about it because I see it.
Suck. We're just realizing this now after an offsides penalty?
No, I agree. I'm just saying, like, let's not just kill Mahomes over this whole thing, bro. Yeah, he was.
No. Killing Mahomes is he's whining like a baby as he's handshaking Josh Allen and bitching to him after he's beating him every single game he's played against him, and he's bitching in his ear. Oh, that's the worst call, bro. Shake his hand and take a hike.
Imagine
you got to rough in the passer calls. You're inbounds, and they gave you 15 yards. And Justin Herbert completely out of bounds. I got one of like the 4th of July and no flag. Shut up. Take a hike. I don't feel bad for Mahomes. I know him and Andy Reid can take a hike. These idiots have gotten so many calls. Take a hike. I really do not care.
Imagine if Jalen Hurts after the Super Bowl said, "Oh, that what? I don't even know what the flag was in that 3rd down on Juju." Imagine,
Bradbury.
Imagine him going up. Yeah, Bradbury. Imagine him going up to Mahomes after the game saying, "Oh, what a bullshit call!" Like.
Oh, awful. That would have been a mess.
Because it's Philadelphia, I mean, it would be like the talk of the town for like 7 months.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, as an audience, like, let's be a little bit educated about the situation. That's just what I'm saying. And that's kind of where I stand and where I think the league stands with this whole thing. The
product is shit. It's been shit. The refs suck. How many times have you seen a false start and they don't call it? Yet they called the shit that they called on the Steelers Thursday night. The officiating is asinine. You call that little thing on the Steelers, false start? Yet I'm up in the 500 section at Acrisure saying a blatant false start. It's not called a you asses. Stare down the line of scrimmage. I'm up in bib and I see a false start. Yet you guys are still on the line. I don't get it. The refs suck. This isn't new. They blow.
It falls back on like what's a catch, like 2017. Like I remember the very first one, Austin Safarian Jenkins. For somehow the Jets were playing for first place in Week 5 against the Patriots. Austin Safarian Jenkins crosses the goal line, scores, and then they say, "Oh, because he didn't hold possession, it was bobbling in his hands." They ruled it a touchback. They gave the Patriots the ball. It's kind of like what's a catch?
What was it? Was it Kelsey diving or no? Was it Steeler?
It was Jesse James.
Jesse James
on the goal line.
Patriots.
Yeah. Yep. What is a catch? What's not a catch? What's an
and then unfortunately, yes, the Chiefs had that, and then the Chiefs also had Chris Jones hitting Brady in the shoulder pad while he had the football, and they called it roughing the passer in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring this up and talk about it to just say like, hey, here's some of the educational purpose of this. This is what's going on. It's not like, no one's arguing against that he's offsides. We all think he's offsides. I'm just kind of laying the base work of, okay, we got controversy and now we're going to start seeing this. And this is a thing, one day has gone by. I
get what you mean. Trust me, I get it.
I just wanted to, that's where I'm at.
I just think refs. I just think the officiating again. Boo Steelers. Steelers playing the Jags. Clean hit, clean as you could possibly get on Trevor Lawrence. Penalty. Kenny Pickett by book of pile driving the quarterback into the ground. No flag. I'm telling you, the refs. I don't get it, man. I watched the game. I'm like, holy shit! You call that blatantly obvious? Pick up, drop. All the body weight on him, no flag. It's very. Oh no! By the way, Kenny gets hurt on the play and has like the rib cartilage injury. I'm telling you, it's incredible to watch the refs every week and like, all right, you guys make that call, but miss that one.
All I gotta say after all this and all the refereeing we see is remember Roger Goodell during Super Bowl week last week said this is the best reffing he's ever seen. Yeah, we ain't doing anything with it.
Probably shouldn't have said that because they're all
ridiculous. And we're gonna have the same conversation.
I don't get why these guys are hired full time, have all to see things go live action. Like you're sending these guys to the colleges and seeing the practices of the colleges and the scrimmages since they're going year round, pretty much college. You go from the NFL to college and get your reps in there, seeing live football and training, watching videos, something like I don't get how the product is this shit.
Well, I mean, we have talked to Dean in the past, and I'm not sure if he said that. I'm not sure if I'm pulling words or whatever, but like the refs are relying too much on technology to make the correct call.
Well, there's no technology to correct the call. That's what's the issue. There's
it was like, what's pass interference? What's roughing the passer? This and that, kind of like, what's a catch?
It's really not difficult to stare at a game. Like I get it is fast, but then you should have like a sky judge above you. There's blatant misses on penalties or penalties that shouldn't be penalties. And buzz down, that is not a flag. Pick it up, call today. Like I want to say like VAR with soccer, that's its own fucking mess in Europe. But again, I thought the XFL with the sky judge was perfect, to be honest. Like it's like blatantly obvious, incompletion or catch. They buzz down, it's not a catch. Like, let's go. Let's keep this moving. We don't need to spend years on it.
Yeah.
But the challenging of pass interference was awful. That should have never been in. But you have like a sky judge where you see it, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's pass interference. That's actually not catchable, and it's not remotely close to being towards them. It's not a flag. Like the Green Bay game yesterday, I thought there was an awful pass interference call on the Packers. Like, it's really not difficult, but yet the NFL finds ways of like make it awful. Like I really don't understand it. Like, and again, you were talking about earlier about the hip drop tackle, dude. You might as well put flags on these guys. Like I know it sucks the hip drop. How are they tackling people then? Seriously, how are you tackling guys? Like I get Tyreek Hill's injury yesterday. That's a horse collar. Like that should be buzzed down clearly after like looking at it. Again, I know it's faster in the NFL. You got a guy up in the booth seeing replays of things. Like you see it live first time. Yep. It's buzzed down, flag, it's horse collar. And you can't bitch because it is a horse collar tackle. Like stuff like that should be corrected, and it shouldn't take long. You see first replay, clearly it's a horsepower tackle. Blow it, cool, 15. Let's keep this train moving. Like,
yeah.
Instead, we have the shit product and the controversy like this. It's whatever, man. They want to keep messing around and not hire these guys full time so they get full time reps and seeing things.
See, like in the NHL,
I don't know, man.
In the NHL, the refs go through camps and in the offseason and stuff. Like, that's good thing. You need refs. You need to hire refs. You need to have them go through camps just like the players go through camps, get some training, like there's solutions to the issues, and we're just not, as a league, taking those solutions or the right solutions. And I think this is, again, we're going to have the same conversation that we had as a community about reffing that we had last offseason. Like, it's the same. We're in the same issue. We're in the same boat. They got to address it. They got to address it. We can't have Roger Goodell being like, hey, love this reffing. This reffing is great. It's not. Bro, that was so discouraging to me when he said that. I was like, this is the most ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous answer. When everyone is like, let's hire real refs, and Roger comes out and says, nah, this is the best. It's not. It's simply not, But let's move on from the ref talk. I hate ref talk, but sometimes you got to have ref talk. I don't know.
Favorite games and moments from week 14. I am going to just say it. Zach Wilson balling the F out.
You back in, Will? You back on the wagon?
They're going to suck me back in, and they're going to lose by 25 to the Dolphins on Sunday. I am so back. Here we go.
God. Hey, man, Tommy DeVito is fun. I will say that. I don't know if he's the best option.
Bobby Cutlet.
Yeah, the passing pies.
Yeah, he's going to smear a little poop on it. That's what he's going to do. He's going to get a bagel with a little cream cheese, bacon, egg, and cheese, and everything bagel.
I hate everything about you.
Hey, Jason on speed dial. He would come in here just making sure he could tell us all of it.
It's true. But no, Tommy DeVito's a lot of fun for the Giants fans, man. It's the most exciting thing I've seen on the Giants since Odell. So good for the Giants. Good for that.
I mean, it's the most exciting thing I've seen on the Giants since they took that trip to Miami after securing a wild card spot.
I hate you.
But yeah, man, good for them. Joe Flacco, great for him. Will Levis had we're seeing some.
Dude was going on like those, like every artery in his arm was pulsating out.
Bro.
I would be surprised if he did not get a drug test for whatever reason from how hard he was.
On the sideline after you saw him on the sideline when he was that pumped, nuts. Good for them, bro. Those three guys to just come in and do what they're doing and having a good time doing it. Fantastic. Good for them, man. And Joe Flacco, nuts. Didn't expect that. What, 3 touchdowns, 350 almost or something? Great time for Joe Flacco. Cleveland needed that bad where they're at in the playoff talk right now. So good for them, I guess. Yeah, man.
Cleveland, this is for you. Yeah, favorite moment you would touch on it. It's Tommy DeVito.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No. My favorite moment is his agent that was like Soprano style on the sideline, all decked out and stuff. And then he's in the crowd.
Gosh, I hate you, but yes,
DeVito's dad.
Cutlets.
Then the agent, DeVito's dad kissing the agent, and then the agent going back and kissing the dad.
Yes, I'm telling you.
Listen, I think The Sopranos is real. There's definitely something going up.
Sean Stellato, I think is Stellato.
Yeah, Sean Stellato.
Yeah. He has a certificate of recognition by the Italian Club of Boston, too. I saw that picture. The dude is like, they have such a brand, this Tommy DeVito and his family.
Oh, God, the tailgate yesterday looked great. All the cutlet sandwiches and everything.
There's like 1,000 pounds of food there.
Bro.
It's all gone.
That was a great time. That was definitely the best tailgate of the season. It's not even a question.
I mean, Danny Jones is out. Like, you just got to do something else. Tommy DeVito's your guy. It's more fun.
You gotta rock with Tommy Cutlets.
It's just a lot more fun. It's great. It's exciting.
That's gotta be a top 5 name, right? Tommy Cutlets. Dude, that's amazing.
Pat McAfee named them the passing paisano. I like that one. That one's a great.
Tommy Cutlets, man.
Yeah, but you can Cutlets. It's cool.
No, it's Tommy Cutlets. Dude loves chicken cutlets. His mom chicken cutlets. The way he says it, the way he shows up at games, the family making a bunch of chicken cutlets in the parking lot. It's Tommy Cutlets. It's amazing, honestly.
You could have gone with any food too, and it sounds great. Tommy Gabagool, like it sounds hilarious. Tommy's the best name in front of any of those nicknames, and it's so funny. Yeah, I mean, Josh, I'm gonna put this up because Josh is right. It's probably how it's gonna go. Blah blah blah. Because he's fun. It's true, but they should. Story's fantastic.
Hey, I'm just imagine the Giants make the playoffs with Mr. Tommy Cutlets, okay? And then the agent's going to get all the primetime air, and he's going to always be on the sideline. He's going to be a Big Dom from Philadelphia. He's just going to be the sideline presence.
I mean, as he should. If he's going to dress like that and he's got something new up his sleeve every single week, I am totally for it.
I also think, and Josh said, you can't put him in just because it's fun. But here's the thing to me also, the Danny Jones show thing is so stale. Like, cool, last year was kind of cool, but it was stale before that. Last year was kind of cool, and now it's stale as hell again. And Tommy DeVito's coming in.
Also,
everyone's having fun.
Daniel Jones had no offensive line. I mean, they still don't have an offensive line. Saquon was banged up with injuries and all that stuff, so it was like.
But I'm just saying, you're selling the best product right now that you've sold since Daniel Jones got.
Oh yeah, I would have rather have gone to see, if I wanted to see the Giants play, I would rather have gone to see like that kind of game rather than them getting dismantled by Seattle.
Maybe you just stay with the best product, man.
Yeah, roll with the hot hand.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's continue.
Buy, sell, and hold on players and teams following week 14. I said it last week. I'll buy into the winner of the Bengals and the Colts. I am buying into the Bengals, the Bayou Bengals. Bringing that back, Colton. Yes. Jake Browning, the man.
Yeah, I got to buy Zach Taylor. Tip my cap to those guys there in Cincinnati. It's how offense should look, even with a backup quarterback in an offensive league. If you're an offensive-minded guy, you got weapons, get them the football. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm already going to jump to it. I'm going to sell the Steelers. So, see you later. Howdy-ho.
Uh-oh. Well, I mean, he already called it for you.
Howdy-ho. That's why I went to. I saw his comment. Howdy-ho. I'm going to sell it. And it's not Pickett's fault, by the way. The guy hasn't played, just in case you're wondering, Josh. I don't know if you're, very behind on that. Yeah, it's what happens when you have a garbage coach.
Man, I don't know who I want to sell off on. I'll probably end up selling off on the Saints. Derek Carr, I don't really think is that good for the organization. Him in the center were about to toss hands after a penalty or a third down call. I think Ruiz is the center for the Saints, and all he told him was throw the effing ball. It's not that hard. And the Carr's going back at him. And then the man who stops the fight, Jameis Winston. Can we give Jameis a chance to start? He comes in for Carr that's, banged up. He's the guy from SpongeBob all wrapped up in the, bandages and all that stuff. And then the offense looks so productive with Jameis under center. I just don't understand.
I'm gonna buy. I don't know. I mean, have I bought Baltimore officially? Because I hate them.
Oh, you have never bought an AFC North team. So I think you're pretty much in the clear.
I'll buy Baltimore and say, man, I do kind of think they are the strongest team in the AFC right now, as much as I don't like them. As much as I didn't even think they were that good this past week. I still think they were under par, but I still think they might be the strongest team in the AFC right now, and kind of holding down that spot confidently. Kind of want to buy Cleveland just because I feel like now they're kind of in a place to lock in playoffs a little bit. It's getting weak with Indianapolis losing, Pittsburgh losing. Man, Cleveland might be kind of locking that down. So I kind of want to buy Cleveland too with Joe Flacco. As long as he still starts, I think they could put a solid claim in on playoffs very soon. So I'm kind of buying the AFC North, which is something I do not do. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I want to hold on to Houston because I still think they have a chance at playoffs, especially with those two teams I just named maybe losing out of playoffs. But very bad product against the Jets. The Jets ate them alive defensively. Got to be better than that. So holding on to them.
I don't have any holds. I don't. I ran
and
out
sell? Did you sell?
Yeah, I sold the Saints.
True. Yeah.
If not, we can move on. If anyone else doesn't have a hold.
No, I don't know. It's up to Colton.
Me, I'm gonna hold on Tommy Cutlets and the G-Men for.
A chicken palm.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to Tommy Cutlets. If they win again this week, oh boy, I might have to buy on some Cutlets. If they could split with the Eagles, dude, they might make the playoffs. So if they win, I'm gonna hold on Tommy Cutlets and the G-Men for now.
And let's get ahead here to week number 15. I don't know how we're gonna do the picks. I don't know. I'm not gonna be posting a separate picks video because again, I don't know how we're gonna be shaping this up because we're doing this a day early and a dollar short or a dollar late, however you want to go about it. But here, I'm gonna revert the camera into this here. I'm gonna go bam. I'm gonna cover this up, and I'm gonna see how this looks. It's gonna look like absolute dog water. Honestly, it doesn't look as bad as I was expecting.
Dog.
Jake, who is MIA, yeah. So let's go over last week, okay? Jake and Dom sat in the pit of misery at 5-10. Colton was in second with 7-8, and I led the week at 8-7. Thank you, Dallas Cowboys. Appreciate it,
Man, Colton is just like
Colton extends his lead by
can't-
2 over Jake.
Can't catch up to Colton. No one can catch up to Colton. It's like just in sight over and over. And I was just in sight of Colton for like 10 weeks. Just in sight right there. Colton just keeps like shoving us further down on the cliff. And we're just, I mean, man, I'll just keep falling down.
I'm decent at picks, man. I'll give myself credit. I'm decent at picks. Problem is, I can't bet with picks.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's kind of part of the issue.
It's okay. I can't bet with picks. I also apparently can't make picks in the second half of the season either. So
If you're going to ask me to like put money on it, it would not be pleasant.
Here we go. I saved it.
yeah.
Should be good. I give up. I don't care. But yeah, I don't know how we want to do these picks right now. If we want to just take a bold take and an upset pick, and we can call it that, and we can fill out the rest of the picks.
We should go game by game still.
Game by game. It's not going to take long.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, Thursday night football action. The Chargers are at Las Vegas.
You already know what we're doing here. I guarantee it's a clean sweep here. I'm going with Vegas.
I haven't filled my picks out. I don't know how I want to go with it.
Vegas. I'm Vegas.
I listen.
Vegas in Vegas.
My fantasy team might be missing Keenan Allen this week, so I'm going to be filling this out, and we got to pray that Jake's going to do something here. And then we got a full Saturday slate of games here. Minnesota at Cincinnati. Nick Mullins is starting.
I'm taking the Bengals. I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of clean sweeps, man. I'm telling you, I think everyone's going to take the Bengals. The Bayou Bengals.
I bought into them. I'm not going to pull it down, so I will buy into the Bayou Bengals.
There you go.
I'll go Bengals. More for their defense. I'm still not that confident in the offense, but
I already know where this game's going to go. Pittsburgh at Indianapolis.
I'm not doing it.
I already filled you in. Don't worry.
I
will match with the Colts. Okay, I think Minshew Mania is going to be running wild, and yeah, maybe we might see Jonathan Taylor 2 weeks post thumb surgery.
This next one's tough.
Denver at Detroit, which I don't know. This is one of the best Saturday night football games. Well, I mean, they always put on a great Saturday night football game each year. Last year was the Bills and the Dolphins. The year before that was the Patriots and the Colts. And then we had the Dolphins and the Raiders in the COVID year.
I'm going to go Denver, but this is such a get-right game for Detroit.
I want to pick Denver as well. I really do.
I'm taking Detroit.
It's such a get-right game for Detroit. They need the get-right game. But, I mean, man, I think Denver really could just that's a tough game. That's a kind of a must-win game for Detroit, too.
Yeah, taking Detroit. They got to stop messing around here.
And then we got the Giants at the Saints. I will take the Giants. I'll take Tommy Cutlets. I will. I'll say screw it. I'm going to take Tommy Cutlets. I'm not going to be – I sold off on the Saints. I'm not doing it. I will buy into
you know what, Will?
I'm
calling an audible. I'm going to take Detroit. I'm talking myself into Detroit a little bit. I think that if anyone could get the team back on track mentally, it can be Senor Campbell. And so I'm going to go I'll go Detroit. Got to make an audible back, and I will also follow on Tommy.
I'm going to ride with the team I picked since day one for this division. Give me the Saints.
Colton's going to be dying. Colton's going to die in the Saints Hill. All of us are going to be dying.
I am.
The Falcons Hill. Imagine if both teams don't make the playoffs, man. What a crushing defeat it would be.
Yeah, God.
It'd be NFC South worthy.
Chicago.
Hold on.
Okay.
Good point. I just can't believe we took the Panthers possibly finish second in this division. What the hell were we on? Oh God!
We also thought Tampa Bay was going to only put like two wins up on the season too.
Yeah,
like,
we spent a mere 5 minutes on them, and it was just okay. What's wrong with the roster? Instead of hey, here's some positives. I tried to point out the positives, and they're like, well, there's nothing to be positive about down here. Let's get the show going.
What an absolute, by the way, mess of a preview. Spent 70 minutes on Atlanta.
Burn that episode. Hold on, folks. We'll be back next week with episode 14. What are you talking about? No. We got rid of the NFC South one. That did this. So be back.
Oh, that's great.
And we got Chicago at Cleveland. I will take Cleveland because, well,
with Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy my Joe Flacco Browns jersey and get it expedited here.
God, Flacco, man.
Someone has to win this game. The Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers.
Falcons.
Here we go. The Dirty Bird. And we got Tampa Bay at Green Bay.
The Bays.
I'm taking Packers. Go Pack up.
Packers would bounce back.
I honestly think this might be a great game.
We won't be watching it, but
yeah, we won't. Oh gosh, man, I kind of. I don't. Give me a sec. Go to the next game. I just want to see something.
You got the Jets at the Dolphins. I'm still going to take the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm taking Dolphins.
Go Fins, go.
As much as I say about the Dolphins.
I will also fill in the pick after that too for everyone because it's a no-brainer.
What's the pick after that?
Kansas City at New England.
Gosh, Kansas City better win, man. I'm gonna be pissed if they don't. I hate beat you, Colton. You hate that we beat you. I hate that we beat you. All right.
This cruise.
I hate you too, man.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I'm gonna go with the Bucks against Green Bay. That's where I'm at. Screw it.
3 games late, going back on picks. Poor Will's getting shafted with these picks here.
I gotta make a or two.
Let's see. We got Houston at Tennessee.
That's tough.
Oh, this one's tough. I'm gonna go with the Titans. I don't think CJ Stroud's playing.
Yeah, I think
I do not think CJ Stroud playing.
I will match. I'll match the Titans for this one.
I think I'm in the boat as well, and I'm also. I mean, Davis Mills also isn't the worst quarterback, but Titans are having fun, and Derrick Henry's been great down the stretch for the last few games. So, Titans it is.
And now we advance to the 4:00 hour. Washington at the Los Angeles Rams. Dom and I will be at this game. I'm taking the Rams. Rams house. Matthew Stafford, 6 tutties, 450 yards. I think this honestly could be just an offensive back and forth game. I really think it can be.
I'm shocked you're going Rams. When we are in person with the Commanders, we are undefeated in person with the Commanders. Even against an undefeated Philly last year, we were there. Commanders won. I mean, I'm going to go Commanders. Bring the energy. That's all. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it. We will dial it up somehow.
Whose house? Rams house. The house that Stafford built. Maybe. I don't know. San Fran at Arizona. I guess I could fill you guys in here with the hottest team in the NFC with San Fran. And then we go up to a very chilly Buffalo where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Bills.
I think Buffalo, man. Buffalo. I can't believe I'm doing it.
I'm gonna go Dallas.
48 degrees, so it's not even that cold.
I'm going to go Dallas. I think Buffalo's win is a little bit tainted just because of all the bull crap afterwards. So I don't even think it was like an exciting win. I think it was just like, oh man, we won. All this other stuff's happening. So I don't even think it's like a momentum thing too much for them right now. I'm going to go Dallas because that train is rolling.
I will take Dallas. I will. I picked them last week. I got criticized. I'll take them again. Jacksonville is going to be on Sunday Night Football for the first time since I think 2007, and they host the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, you can give me the Ravens. They were like first time. What were they on Monday and they got embarrassed? So yeah, you can give me the Ravens.
Why have they not been on?
Because they're not good.
They've sucked for so long.
Oh, Jacksonville. For some reason in my mind, I just thought Will said that about Baltimore. Yeah. Give me Baltimore.
And the first flexing of Monday Night Football, which was going to be able to play on Sunday. Now it's a Monday night game. The Philadelphia Eagles at the Seattle Seahawks.
You can give me the Eagles.
I really want to pick Seattle here. I really want to just go out and do it because the Eagles can't.
You got nothing to lose, loser.
I will pick Seattle. Down with the birds. I will go Seattle here. I will get one game closer to Dom here.
Okay, this I think is such a get-right game for both teams. This is kind of a must-win, and it's very much a must-win for Seattle. Philly, they need to get back on track. It's kind of a must-win, but I'm gonna go Philly because they do perform decent in night games, and it's just the energy. I know it's in Seattle.
I really hope now that Seattle wins. I really hope Will catches Dom. That's what I go. I don't care about winning. I just hope Will catches Dom.
He just wants Colton just wants Dom to be in last place. That's all he wants.
Colton can afford it. Colton can afford a loss here. I cannot afford a loss.
It'd be absolute comedy.
Spare wins, please.
Seriously, bro. It's been so bad for me. So bad. I'm on such a slide for the last 6 weeks. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go Philly though. Not in a pretty way, but in a way, I'll go Philly.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, rounds out our show. You can follow us on all the social media platforms down below that I failed to mention at the beginning of the show. For the Fan Network on YouTube, For the Fan Network on TikTok, Twitter, and/or X, For the Fan _ and Instagram, For the Fan Football. You can find us, on your local podcasting platforms. Rate us 5 stars, a like, whatever they honestly give, because I don't honestly know. I was in the top 17% of listening to this podcast the entire year, so obviously we have fans somewhere. So I applaud you for being a fan somewhere. For the Fan. As always, I'm Will. That's Colton. That's Dom. Jake is, I don't know. As Dom said, probably a margarita in, maybe somewhere.
One, dude. It's
One.
like 4, almost 5 o'clock there.
He's an hour ahead. I think it's 7. It's almost 7 there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, then he's way in. Forget about it. He's a blender of a margarita in.
What kind of shade of tan will it be? Will it be, a nice,
When he comes back?
Yeah.
No, I mean maybe not quite like caramel, but
color to him.
Yeah.
He's not going to be a piece of paper. He's not going to look like this anymore.
He'll definitely be darker than the 3 of us. Unless, Will, you want to go to the beach and lay out in LA, we could do that.
Listen, I think. Wow, I don't know what happened with the lighting here. It's all like messed up for me. There it goes. Now it's all fixed.
Okay.
Paper messed up. Listen, hey, I mean, tomorrow we can honestly see the sun rise when we leave the airport, and we can watch the sunset on the West Coast. I don't know how many people have done that. I'm just saying.
That is cool. That's kind of cool.
All right, I'm gonna wrap up the show here. As always, listen to us every Wednesday. Besides this Tuesday special episode. So hey, thank you everyone, and see you all in 8 days.
Good luck in fantasy playoffs for the people.